Vatos Locos, damas y caballeros. It's your boy Dave in the 702 coming back at you for Thursday night tailgate talk. Shout out to everybody watching Thursday night football. A lot at stake, Drew. Good to have you, man. All the way from the city of brotherly love, Philly Irish, Fly Eagles. Drew, ¿qué pasa?
The best team in football.
Man, we're going to get to that power rankings almost immediately. Like I was saying, shout out to everybody who's enjoying this game. It's coming down like usual. Fourth quarter. I can't believe the Chargers came back, man. This game actually means a lot because whoever wins this game is solidly in second place, right? I'm just looking at the ranking divisions. Obviously, Kansas City Chiefs are in first place. But for these two teams right now, battling it out on Thursday Night Football, if you're watching the game simultaneously, let me see real quick, Drew. AFC.
If Denver wins, they clinch a playoff spot.
Yeah, absolutely. Chargers look like they're going to take this game, but there's still plenty of time for Broncos to get back. Bo Nix trying to lead the team to a last-minute win. They're just a field goal away from tying this game. But, yeah, Broncos 9-5, Chargers 8-6. Saludos to everybody from San Diego, the San Diego Charger fans, the L.A. Charger fans, my boy Fonzie. I thought Fonzie was going to come out here, but I guess not. I didn't hear from him, Drew. I'm going to pour myself the last bit of this holiday whiskey. I mean, there's not much left, so I'm not going to get drunk. I got a lot of shit to do tomorrow. Shout out, Drew, how you doing with the holidays, man? Are you a little bit stressed out or anything? I know I'm stressed, man. I got to get the house ready. Whole family's coming from California, you know?
It's just another day to me.
I hear you. I hear you. A lot of people get stressed out around the holidays. So this drink is for everybody out there. Shout out to Wiley Coyote first in the chat. Did you guys know, if you guys are watching this on replay or live right now, did you know I just put up a new food review, man? Did you see those sandwiches I put up, Drew? Yeah, leave me a comment. Let me know you watched it, man. Those sandwiches look like they're right up Drew's alley, man. By the way, I'm going back to that sandwich shop because they claim to have a fantastic Philly cheesesteak, man.
I don't really eat too much meat, Dave, to be honest.
Well, I hear you, man. It's not good for me. It's not good for me either. I just had a pot roast tonight, but it was delicious. Shout out to my wife for cooking that.
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm very picky when I eat. And like, I don't go to a lot of like restaurants because I rather cook shit myself. Like, if it's like pizza or French fries or something, I know like you can't get wrong and everything. I'll eat that shit like at McDonald's or some pizza place, but like a big time restaurant, I don't really go to them. I just don't go to them. I'll probably go to the bar and drink there, but that's about it.
Yeah, hey, actually, that's a great way to stay healthy, man, because you actually know what you're putting into your body. So salute to you, Drew. I'm curious, man. I'd like to see you put up a cooking video. I'd like to see what Drew cooking up.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was even thinking about going, like, because I'm going to be honest with people. My favorite food is French fries and pizza. That's my favorite food. And people are like this, Drew, your favorite food's French fries and pizza? Yeah, my favorite food's French fries and pizza. So, you know, I was thinking about starting and reviewing French fries from different places.
You know what? That's ironic because I was talking with that Finney the Legend, who we did that thing with. Shout out to Finney the Legend and anybody who watches him on Tuesday nights. He only likes burgers and potatoes. That's his staple, right? That's his staple food. Burgers and not steak, but burgers and French fries and shit like that. You know what I mean? So he has a simple taste buds as well, like you, Drew. But let's get into these power rankings. These are the power rankings by Fox. And I don't think I necessarily agree with these. And then I'll go over the ESPN power rankings. Here we got Fox has Buffalo Bills number 1, Eagles 2, Lions number 3. Lions coming off a big loss, right? Lost to the Bills, obviously. And then we got Vikings that are going to be playing the NFC first place team, Seahawks, Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes finally hurt, Drew. Finally hurt. Let's stop right there because I could give a shit about all 10. But the top 5 right here, ESPN has your team, the Philadelphia Eagles, in first place. Do you disagree or agree with these Fox power rankings?
I disagree because I think the Eagles are the number 1 team in the league. Like, if we look at it like this, Buffalo beating a depleted Lions team. While the Eagles, can we just say, held a Pittsburgh offense that was really on fire and everything, that was top 5 in scoring defense since Russell Wilson took over to 163 yards total offense and 13 points. And they have a top 10 defense. And if we look at it, the final drive of the game for the Eagles started at the Eagles 3, and the drive lasted 10 minutes and 29 seconds. They had the ball for the last over 10 minutes in the last quarter. They had it for that long. They had Pittsburgh's defense out there for over 10 minutes, and that sealed the game. Pittsburgh's offense was only on the field for not even 2 minutes in the final quarter.
Drew, we talked about that last week. The Pittsburgh Steelers have not won a game on your territory in 59 effing years. Now make it 60. Make it 60. 49ers haven't won a game in Vikings territory in over, I think they said 7 years straight or something like that. So if there's ever a curse or a streak going, I usually go on the side of the streak. So you guys beat a solid team in the Steelers, obviously, and the Lions came up short against somebody they should have overcome. That wasn't a good look. So that I'm going to have to agree with ESPN rankings this week. First place power rankings, I'm going to say, is Philadelphia Eagles, man. They beat a strong contender in the Steelers. And Detroit Lions, they came up short. So they moved to number 3 according to ESPN. Kansas City Chiefs won a game with Mahomes, bowing out at the end of the game. And it doesn't look like it matters. I think they're still going to clinch a top seed position, if not the number 1 seed, even if Mahomes is out this weekend. What do you guys think in the chat? Is Mahomes going to sit it out this weekend?
Well, here's a question for you, Dave. How can we have Buffalo at number 1 when the Eagles, like their wins and everything, the teams they shut down, like they shut down a couple of top 5 offenses during this 10-game winning streak. And they even shut down the number 1 ranked offense on the road in Baltimore and everything. And how are they not number 1? They shut down a couple of top 10 offenses, and a couple of them were top 5. And one of them was the number 1 ranked offense.
Speaking of win streaks, losing streaks, Drew, you guys are up against to break your record right now. I think this is going to be if you guys win, this will be the longest streak in the history of the Eagles, 10 straight.
Oh, we broke that. We broke that streak already. We got
did?
10 straight. Now it's going to be, we can extend it to 11 games, and I think we will.
Hey, that was a big, big run if you're a Chargers fan, and he dropped the ball. Oh, shit. 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Was that a fumble? Damn, he was in scoring position. If you're a Chargers fan, you hope they don't count that as a turnover. All right.
Well, here's the thing. If he had possession and he took that next step, it's a fumble.
I'm going to wait for the ruling on the field. Shout out to Wiley Coyote, who says, can we talk about the Usyk Fury stare down? I would love to, man. Drew, did you see it? You want to input? You want to say something on that real quickly?
I didn't even look at it.
You haven't seen the stare down?
Nope.
Yeah, it was pretty tense. There's a lot to talk about next week. The David Benavidez, David Morrell stare down, I think that one takes the cake this week, as those two almost came to blows. Apparently, a lot of drama over drug testing for that. I think that's going to be a hell of a card, but PBC is on a lifeline. We'll talk about that on our boxing show. If you guys love boxing, we'll talk about that this Monday. A lot of boxing, obviously. Saturday is a big day. Lots of news. But Drew, give me your top 5. Your top 5 power ranking.
I'm going with Eagles 1, Buffalo 2. Number 3, number 3. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Number 4, I will pick the Detroit Lions. And number 5, I'll go with the Chiefs. You can't. They're winning games by the skin of their teeth and everything.
Yeah, they're barely covering the spread.
But they're 15-1 still. The defense is suspect. The offense is suspect. But they're still making enough plays just to win games. And it's eventually going to win out. And they went out in the playoffs. I don't favor them to win the AFC. I think I think it's going to be a team that's going to surprise people that wins the AFC. And I don't think Buffalo's going to win either. I think Buffalo's defense is a big liability for them because Buffalo's defense has a hard time stopping people.
Yeah, it's 33-24 Chargers. That was not a turnover, and he just ran that in. That was a fantastic run. That's 33-24. We'll see if they're going to go for 2 to cement this win. Wow. Actually, they don't need to. They're going to be up 34-24.
You want to know why? You want to know why I don't think the Vikings are going to make the Super Bowl finals? And I'm going to tell you this right now. The Vikings defense really scares me in a bad way. And if you're a Vikings fan, you got to be fearful of the defense. And like the Sam Darnold magic hasn't took a downward spiral yet. Like I look at it, I just don't trust in the Vikings defense. Like they got an average defense, but I don't think that their defense is gonna put them to that next level.
Yeah, for Sam Darnold, this will be his first time leading a team into the playoffs, and as the backup to Purdy, he hasn't been in this situation yet. So everything remains in limbo for the playoffs. This will be Sam Darnold's first time leading a team into the playoffs. Usually that's not a good indicator. I'm going to favor guys with experience like your quarterback, Jalen Hurts. So if you guys want to put it in really quickly in the chat, put it your power rankings, number 1 through 5, if you please.
But Vikings got a tough decision to make in the offseason. They drafted J.J. McCarron with their first round pick. And he was going to be the starter until he got hurt and he got that knee surgery out for the year. And are you going to sign Sam Darnold to a long-term contract?
That's a great question.
Or you're going to let him walk? And the thing about it is, you got J.J. McCarron there. Are you going to I think you might be being torn about, am I going to fucking sign Sam Darnold and trade J.J. McCarron?
49ers have the same problem, Drew. They drafted Trey Lance, and Trey Lance, nothing became of him. Trey Lance came right into the NFL injured, and Dallas picked him up. So I wouldn't be surprised if they got rid of the rookie, or I won't be surprised the other way around if Sam Darnold gets released.
He hasn't played it down yet.
Exactly.
He hasn't played it down. So we got to look at it like this. How far are you away from potentially winning a Super Bowl with this team you have now? Do you think Sam can take you there? And I think right now it's a stupid move to let him walk. I think a team like Tennessee may look into it. The Giants, somebody's gonna want to make a deal for this kid, and the value might be right for a team that takes him.
Fonzie says, I agree, but remember Chargers in 93, I think they made it and they got humiliated by the Niners. That would have been with the Steve Young era, the BYU quarterback. Well, Drew, I'm going to give you really quick. I agree for the most part with this ESPN. I got Eagles at number 1. I'm going to have the Buffalo Bills at number 2, Detroit Lions at number 3, Kansas City at number 4, and Minnesota Vikings. Do you think you're going to see the Vikings in the playoffs?
I'm going to tell you this right now. I think it's going to be Green Bay and the Eagles in the NFC title game.
All right, there you have it. Let me know who you guys think the NFC title game will be. Let's get into week number 16. Everybody's playing, and we got football on Saturday and Sunday for the sports books here in Las Vegas. That means the casinos will be popping. The local one for me just down the road over there at South Point, they always have fantastic things to do on Saturday. So football Saturday and Sunday, a lot to do. I got to get this house ready for all these parties. Fonzie says the Bills are badass too. They might make it. All right, let's get into Saturday's games. I'm following. If you want to follow along, I'm on DraftKings.com looking at the schedule here. Denver Broncos, LA Chargers. Obviously, that game is wrapping up with less than 2 minutes to go, 34-24. All right, Saturday, 10 a.m. Wow. Houston Texans, Drew, versus the Kansas City Chiefs. It looks like, obviously, Patrick Mahomes needs to lay off his feet, lay off his legs. And they got the Chiefs still favored by 3.5 points for the spread. I'm calling an upset this week. I'm saying they need to rest some of these guys, man. They need to, they need to be looking good into the playoffs. I think I'm going to go with Houston for the upset.
I'm going to Chiefs.
Chiefs?
I think the Texans' offensive line is really suspect.
Very well. Anybody else here think the Houston Texans will upset Kansas City Chiefs? Again, that game is at 10 a.m. Kansas City Chiefs, the favorite, even without Mahomes, for 3.5 points, Drew. Pittsburgh Steelers, man, they look like they're pretty good contenders. They got a veteran quarterback, but they failed against Philadelphia. Like I said, they haven't won a game in Philadelphia in 59 years, make it 60 now. Steelers versus the Baltimore Ravens. That is a fantastic game. Ravens favored by 6.5 points. This is going to be a good game. Battle between, let's see here, 8. Well, the Steelers are what? What's the right? 10-4 Steelers, who just coming off a loss, versus Lamar Jackson, 9-5. Who do you got?
I'm going to go. There's ways how this game can play out. Like, I'm looking how the Ravens defended against like the team like the Eagles, because they're a top 5 rush defense. So if we look at it, I expect them to play like 5 in the box to defend the 1 and play a lot of man coverage, because that's what the Steelers defense is, a lot of man coverage defenses. I'm going with the Ravens. And I'm going with the Ravens because they're going to open it with the passing game, and it's going to open the 1 game up eventually, because they're going to have to do something to stop this. That is and I don't think they're going to switch to playing zone. They're going to try to bring somebody. They're going to try to take it up to help somebody, and that's when they're going to win the ball.
This game means a lot. This is a battle for the AFC North first place. Steelers are now currently 10-4. They're coming off that big loss to the Eagles.
But they're still going to be. They're still going to be in first place. But the thing is, if they win, they wrap the division up.
If they win, they wrap up the division. If not, they tie the Ravens. But you say they'll be ahead probably because of what?
No, they still get. They're 2 games ahead of the Ravens.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay, it says here 10-4 versus Ravens 9-5.
No, 10-4, 9. Oh yeah, they'll be tied. But
yeah,
I think think that if we look at it, they'll go by division record, and then they'll go by conference record, because they'll have the same division record. No, yeah, they'll have the same division record.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
Jim Johnson puts Jamar Chase or Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione all day, man.
Free Luigi. Oh shit! Don't say that.
Yeah, no, you can't say that, is it? But it's Christmas. You can't say it. But yeah. Team Luigi. This game obviously means a lot. I'll be watching this one.
Hey, what the fuck?
I'll be watching this game. All right, let's move on to the next game here, according to DraftKings. Saturday. Okay, so we got those 2 games Saturday, one at 10 a.m., 1:30 p.m. Moving on to Sunday. I see you, Fonzie, talking about the Jaguars and the Raiders, man. Only people that give a shit about that game is my boy Johnny Savage. He's a Jaguars fan. They're actually, whoever wins this game is actually going to probably lose out on the first round draft pick. And the Raiders, man, they need somebody. They really want. I think they really want that Deion Sanders' son, right? Deion Sanders' kid.
They need a fucking prayer.
They need a quarterback. So I won't be surprised.
A whole fucking team.
I won't be surprised if somebody's throwing that game. All right,
They need a
Sunday.
new fucking owner.
Sunday at 10 a.m. I thought they got what's his name? Co-owner now, part owner. Anyways, Detroit Lions versus the Chicago Bears. Only a 6.5 point favorite is Detroit. Man, come on, they're gonna do this double digits. 10. They're gonna cover that spread. Detroit Lions. I got Detroit Lions on that.
Bears are poorly ran.
Yeah, they're falling apart. All right, so we're both going with Detroit Lions on that one. This brings us to the next 10 a.m. game. That's your game, Drew. And you guys have already beat Jaden Daniels this year, right?
That's the fuck we have. We actually held them under 250 yards.
And that's when Jaden Daniels was being talked about as Rookie of the Year, MVP. I think Bo Nix is probably looking like the Rookie of the Year quarterback, in my opinion. He's trying to mount a comeback right now as we speak with just 1 minute and 15 seconds. Shout out and salute to Paul M. I see you. Saw you yesterday in the live stream. By the way, Drew, I was in a live stream last night, like a panel with 6 people. That shit was pretty funny, man. I might have to send that to you. I got a little naughty on that panel last night. All right, let's see. Eagles are favored by 3.5 points, man. That's not much to cover that spread.
Well, it's in Washington.
All right, the over and under is 45 points. What are you laying down?
I'm taking the Eagles spread.
All right, man. I hear you, man. That'd be what, 10 games in a row this season that you guys have won?
It'll be 11 games.
11 games now.
straight.
11 games.
They wrap up the division, Dave.
Paul says Lions. Lions lost last week in a big game against the Bills, which could have been a Super Bowl preview. The Lions defense is starting to fall apart a little bit, but will they be?
Lions are fucking losing more people. What the fuck? They lost like 4 people that game.
Yeah. Injuries are plaguing that team. We'll see how they do in the playoff season. All right, the next game after that's Cleveland Browns versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I think Burrow is one of the best quarterbacks on a losing team, hands down. I think, let me just check, but I swear Joe Burrow has 6 games in a row with 3 touchdown passes. Man, Joe Burrow's underrated big time this year. I think they're going to cover the spread. This is a high spread, 8.5 points. They got to win by.
Too bad their defense sucks.
Too bad. You're right about that, man. They could actually be some pretty serious contenders. They got to lay 9 points to cover the spread. Do they do that?
I'm going money line.
Yeah, I think Bengals win, but I don't think they cover that spread. That's a close one. I think they win by a touchdown or a field goal. Like you said, their defense isn't that great, but let's just see. Out of curiosity, Bengals win this game. That make them 7-8. That'd be like 40. Boy, they're about as bad as the 49ers, but I think their offense is better. And again, the Ravens and the Steelers are really going for first place this weekend. All right.
A lot of things are better than the Niners right now.
I won't argue with you on that, Drew. Not this season, at least. Speaking of the NFC West and the 49ers, the LA Rams spanked us last weekend. LA Rams coming off that big victory. They beat the Buffalo Bills, right? Incredible victory for the LA Rams. They spanked the Niners, although they didn't do, it's not like that was a big task. But Nakua, they're really getting the offense moving, and they are a 3-point favorite against the New York Jets. Now, Davante Adams screamed until the Raiders released him this season, but finally, Davante Adams had a huge game. I think over 180 yards in the second half. Huge catches. If anything, that was like Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams' final tour together, because I do not think that Aaron Rodgers will be back next year. I don't think anybody wants him, to be honest, even though he played fairly well. That might be the last time we see Davante Adams. This season will be the last time we see Davante Adams with Aaron Rodgers. I'm saying Rams beat them by at least 7-10. They cover the spread easily. And that means a lot because I don't think the Seahawks, we'll talk about that game, I don't think the Seahawks are winning this week, man. This is the chance for LA Rams to get ahead in the NFC West as the sleeper team in the division. What do you guys think? Paul M says Jets for the upset. Drew, who do you got in this game?
Picking the Rams.
All right. Incidentally, let's just quickly look at the rankings. NFC. I just got to double check, but I know that battle for the NFC West. Rams are currently in first place anyways. They're just ahead of the Seahawks. They're tied 8-6.
You know what's crazy, Dave?
Oh yeah.
You guys have 8 losses. Our teams still have a shot to make the playoffs. You guys don't because your fucking division record is 1-something.
Exactly. We've lost just about every one of those. That is what it comes down to.
Seattle one time in that division so far, and they got their ass kicked by the Rams twice already.
And Cardinals. We gave away that game to the Cardinals.
And you got your ass kicked the next game by Seattle too. So you got one more game with the Cardinals.
You got to rub it in. 2 wins. You got to rub it in. By the way, this next game is interesting.
I'm sorry. Fucking Kyle Shanahan. I think Kyle Shanahan is partly the issue.
All right, this next game, he could be, but I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Days under his bus like this, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, Shanahan ain't going anywhere. I don't think he. Well, he has been a problem this year. He has been a problem. I think he's digressing, and I don't think it's come to that yet where they're going to be thinking about letting him go.
Let me ask you something, Dave. Do you think he lost the locker room?
Yeah, this season he did. I mean, we had a guy walk off last week. We had a player walk off the game and not come back in the fourth quarter. Now, I forget the name of the teammate, but he disgusted his teammate so bad that George Kittle, who's a team captain, said, "I've never seen anybody ever do that in my career in football, and I hope to never see somebody punk out like that again and walk off the field." I mean, that's how bad things are right now in the locker room. Guys are disgusted and they're doing shit that they shouldn't be doing. And I believe he got suspended, and the suspension is probably going to be lead to him being released from the 49ers organization.
And you got Deebo Samuel doing bullshit too. So there's going to be plenty of changes to make with the Niners, and if there isn't, let's look at it like this: the Super Bowl window for the 49ers is closed. That's safe to say right now. And they still got to make a decision on Brock Purdy. Are they going to sign him to a long-term contract or not? And if you look at it, I don't know.
I think they're going to do it. It's just a matter of how much, because the next team we're going to get to, man, I can't believe how much money this guy has earned in his NFL career as quarterback. I'm talking about the Falcons, Kirk Cousins, man. Kirk Cousins has been demoted. In fact, Kirk Cousins, I'm reading that the quarterback, Penix, their rookie, was called on the phone while at Costco shopping, and he said he was about to get a hot dog at Costco when he got the call and said, "Yo, you're the starter this weekend." So Kirk Cousins demoted to bench warmer.
Well, last 4 games, 1 touchdown in last 4 games and 9 interceptions.
Insane. He's leading the league in interceptions, turnovers, like you said, and he just kind of accepted it. He's grossed, I think I read, he's made over $280 million in guaranteed contracts, and he's only in his mid-30s, and I think he's only been to one playoff game or won one playoff game. I think it's safe to say Purdy will get a good long-term contract with the 49ers. The question is how much. They've given one to Jimmy G, Garoppolo. 49ers have a history of doing that. Yeah, Wile E. Coyote, he was about to get that Costco hot dog. He said he's shopping at Costco when he gets the car. You're starting this weekend.
But you got to realize, Dave, the price tags went up for quarterbacks now. And I look at it, are they willing to spend at least $40 million on them a year? And I don't know. I don't know. And I just gotta ask, whoever is behind these fucking troll accounts, you're making me laugh.
Well, that's good.
I don't know how the fuck they know I'm a fan of this show. I'm a fan of Dragon Ball Z.
Chargers just won the game. Salute to all the Chargers fans. I see Fonzie 9-6, and Broncos 9-6, tied for second place. But someone's actually in second place behind the Chiefs. But that was a hell of a game, hell of a Thursday night game on Amazon Prime if you were watching it. All right, Drew. Falcons are favored by a spread of 9 points with a rookie quarterback that hasn't seen a single game yet. He has not seen any action against the god-awful New York Giants. The New York Giants at the very bottom of the power rankings. What do they got? 3 wins. They're favored by 9. And Atlanta Falcons, this is a big risk because looking at their division, they're in a battle for second place. Their season isn't over, but they're trusting a rookie. Are they doing the right thing? Is Cousins is that bad that they just said fuck it? Let me look at quickly at their record. I think the Atlanta Falcons are 7-7.
Look at it like this, Dave. There's two ways how this can go. One, he plays great. He wins out and gets you in the playoffs. And you can look into what, but the only bad part about it is, what are you going to do about Kirk Cousins' contract, because you gave him all this guaranteed money? And two, the rookie's not ready yet, and Kirk Cousins has a chance to redeem his starting job. At worst, he can come back next year and try to challenge for that starting spot.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. I never understood why they drafted a quarterback with the 8th pick, knowing you just signed Cousins to a contract. Don't you, like, the thing is, don't you want to get something that will go good with the offense, like an offensive lineman, like another receiver or something? But I don't know. I really think that was a head scratcher for me.
Well, they must have some confidence in just how bad the Giants are at 2-12. It looks like the Giants and the Las Vegas Raiders are in a battle for the number 1, draft pick, and I don't see the Giants winning this game, even with a rookie. I think the Falcons defense is going to cover. That is a big spread, though. I'm not feeling very confident on this one. I don't think they cover the spread.
No, they're not going to cover the spread.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the New York Giants covering the spread. Atlanta's not going to score more than 10 points. I'm not feeling that game.
I think they're going to win. I just don't think they're going to cover the spread.
Yeah, it's going to be razor close, especially with the rookie behind leading the team. Arizona Cardinals have fallen off from their high point. At one point, they were about to be first place, Drew, and they haven't been playing as good, but they got it easy this week. Also members of the NFC West, I think they're in second place here. Carolina Panthers, they are favored by 5 points. I think Kyler Murray finds a way to do it. I think he does score 7 more points than the Carolina Panthers. How about you?
Yep.
All right. That's the 10 a.m. game. Tennessee Titans versus Indianapolis Colts. They got this game fairly tight. 3.5 points favored for Indianapolis Colts.
I'm going with the Colts.
And if you guys are curious how the Colts are doing this season, they're 6-8. They're kind of playing. Yeah, I got the Colts winning. They're still in second place, trailing to the Texans. Although they can kind of come, if Texans lose this weekend, man, they can be creeping up on that positions. So they might want to be careful here. The next game here, this one's very interesting, obviously, because Seattle Seahawks are in first place in the NFC West. Oh, no, they're not. They're not. They're actually same tied with the LA Rams. They need to win. But can they beat Minnesota Vikings? Can they beat the Vikings? I don't see it. The Vikings are favored by 3. I think the Vikings are going to comfortably cover that spread by 7 or 10 points. And it looks like Geno Smith might not even be playing. So I think the spread should be wider. This game's at 1 o'clock. What do you think?
I'm picking the Vikings.
Vikings would improve to 13-2. Sam Darnold, man, looking strong. Not 13-2. What's their record again? Let me just quickly look.
13-2.
13-2.
Be 13-2.
Incredible for the 49er backup quarterback to be leading a team of a balanced team. Balanced team, man. I can't wait to see you guys play the Vikings. That's going to be something. Buffalo Bills got it easy this week. Another one. The biggest spread of the week, 14 points. Buffalo Bills favored by 2 touchdowns. Do they run over the Patriots or just barely beat them?
I think it's going to be a close game.
It's going to be a cold game, too. This is going to be an East Coast game. Won't be surprised if we see some snow. You think they lay 14 over the Patriots?
I think it's going to be a close game, but I think Buffalo pulls it out.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I think Buffalo wins by 10. I don't think they cover the 2 touchdowns. All right, San Francisco 49ers. This is a pick'em games, to be honest. Tua, as good as he is having a lot of difficulties. It's such a close game. DraftKings has the 49ers up as the favorite by 1 point. And to be honest, I'm not sure my team, the 49ers, are going to beat the Miami Dolphins in Miami. I'm not too sure. Hey, Mom Food, I want to say thank you for Mom Food for coming in here.
Come on, Dave. Say you're picking the Dolphins. Come on.
I'm not, man. I'm going with the 49ers. Let me quickly look at the San Francisco 49ers injury report. Oh, man, it's bad. Okay, so, Drew, I've been following not the quarterback, but the rookie Guerrero did fantastic. He was a fantastic replacement for Christian McCaffrey and for Mason, who was doing fantastic, because McCaffrey only played a couple games this season. He's out. Let me just quickly look, man. He did not participate. Isaac Guerrero with a hamstring injury. Trent Williams is still gone. Malik Collins did not practice. Drake Greenlaw. Oh, this list is so freaking long. Malik Mustafa, he's out. Oh, fuck, man. Hufanga on defense is out. The Dolphins have a long list of guys that are out as well. Left practice early, Tua. Man, they're pretty banged up too, to be honest. This game is razor tight. I'm going with the 49ers covering the spread. Hopefully. Cross my fingers, man. Let's move on to the next game. We are almost done here. This game is a battle for just about the word. For like Fonzie said earlier, Las Vegas Raiders, if they lose this game, they've got more invested in the team if they lose the game, but obviously nobody's throwing games. They are favored to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sorry, Johnny. Johnny Savage should have flown out here, man. You know how cheap it is to come to Vegas in December, Drew? This is the cheapest game you can come to. You should have treated yourself, Johnny, and come to see your team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, pick up a win against the god-awful Las Vegas Raiders. But anybody could win this game, Drew. Who do you got?
Oh, God. Hold on. Hold on. They got to do this the right way. Hold on. Got to do this the right way here because they both suck. They both fucking suck.
Who sucks more? Mom Food, thank you for coming in here. I really enjoy all the content you've been putting together this week. Did you see my new sandwich video? I went and look at it. Oh, it's a coin toss.
Heads, Raiders, tails, Jaguars. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm going with the Raiders. Fuck it.
Raiders to win by 1.5 points. They'll pick up 3 wins. They really need to think about losing this game because... well, they could get the first round draft pick. Maybe they'll get that quarterback. Maybe they'll go for Deion Sanders' son. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, give me the Bucks in a blowout.
I got Tampa Bay covering the spread. That game is at 5:20 p.m. This brings us to Monday, the 23rd. Momfu says, not yet. Oh, come on, girl. Drop me a comment. Drop me a comment on that sandwich video. I need to know your opinion if you would have a sandwich. I want to send a shout out to SB, who I see in your chat too in the community. SB actually went to the sandwich restaurant they actually went. Somebody already went to the restaurant I just reviewed and checked it out, and the restaurant gave them a free dessert. That was incredible. That's so nice of the restaurant. So shout out to SB. Monday, December 23rd. My whole family's supposed to be arriving in Vegas, man. We got to sneak in our Monday night show, Drew the Shoe Shine. New Orleans Saints versus Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, favored by 14 points on Monday Night Football. That's a big spread. They cover? Yeah. All right, let me just quickly look at how bad the New Orleans Saints situation is. They aren't that bad. Aren't they leading their division?
No, they suck.
Oh, no. Hell no. I got the wrong team. I'm thinking of the Buccaneers. 5-9. 5-9. I'll just go for it, man. They covered the spread on Monday Night Football. That brings the entirety of the entire schedule of this week. But because we probably won't be doing a show on Wednesday or Thursday of next week, I just want to say there's Christmas football. Christmas football. And I might as well bring it up here, Drew. On Christmas Day, 2 games. Then you got a game on Thursday, the day after Christmas, when everybody's returning their shit. And then you got games on Saturday of next week. Oh, man. I don't know when we're going to do the next tailgate talk. But anyways, Kansas City Chiefs versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. That game should be very good on Christmas Day. In case we don't do the show, Drew, who do you got on Christmas Day?
I got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fuck the Chiefs.
And that is a really tight turnaround. I'm for real. Patrick Mahomes, you need to sit out this Sunday, and you definitely need to sit out Wednesday and just chill, man. You can afford to lose these next two games.
Yeah,
and
you need Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz. That's right. They do got Welts, right? Carson Wentz?
Wentz.
Who's Welts? I don't know who Welts is.
I don't know who the fuck
All right. By the way, there's another game, another really good game. Ravens versus the Texans on Christmas Day at 1:30. That's Wednesday, Christmas Day, Baltimore Ravens. And the Ravens are favored by 2.5 points. I got the Ravens winning this game, but that should be a very good game.
What's the game?
Ravens versus Texans at 1:30 p.m. on Christmas Day.
I got the Ravens too.
Awesome. Okay. Well, that's about it, guys. Obviously, there's games next Thursday, but we're going to try to get back on the air before then. We'll be back, I think, Monday night. Drew, let me know if you're good for Monday night, if we can do it a little bit early, because a lot of boxing talk, and I might be doing something Saturday. If I can squeeze something in Saturday, depending on what time the Usyk fight starts, the main event starts. Appreciate everybody in here. Drew, you got any final words or predictions for this week?
Oh, man. I predict pain for the Commanders.
Oh. I'm Dave in the 7-2 Philly Irish, Drew Evo. Until next week, we'll see you then. Peace out, everybody.